Welcome back to this special edition of The Lead, live from New York. I'm Jake Tapper. It is primary day in New York. Democratic voters choosing either Hillary Clinton, who lives in the state, or Bernie Sanders, the Vermont resident who grew up in Brooklyn. Sanders has now moved on to Pennsylvania. That's one of the 5 states holding a primary election next week. CNN's Jeff Zeleny is in University Park, Pennsylvania, with the Sanders campaign. Jeff, thanks for joining us. Sanders has been saying that the polls here in New York are not measuring the depth of his support and that Hillary Clinton is going to be disappointed today. Does he actually think he can win and pull out a victory here?
Jake, I think there are a couple things. There's an optimistic view that all those people who turned out at his rallies over the last 2 weeks in New York, really by the tens of thousands if you add them all together, the optimistic view of a Sanders supporters would say, look, all the enthusiasm appears to be on our side. But the realistic view is something a little bit different. They know that it is the math is tough in New York. They know that that the Clinton campaign has inherent built-in advantages there. So no one that I've talked to in the Sanders universe today is projecting or expecting victory. Bernie Sanders turning his attention toward Pennsylvania. He had a rally a short time ago in Erie, Pennsylvania. He'll be coming here to State College, home of Penn State University, this evening. So Jake, he is looking forward, certainly hoping for a win. But I think if he was really expecting one, he would be in his native Brooklyn tonight.
It's significant that New York is a closed primary. Only members of the Democratic Party can vote, no independents. How might that affect Bernie Sanders?
Jake, that is the key thing to keep in mind tonight when you're measuring support across the board. Only Democrats who were registered Democrats last month can vote in this. And Bernie Sanders actually ran into a man today when he was doing some walking around Midtown Manhattan. He was approached by a man who said, look, I actually wanted to change from an independent to a Democrat to vote for you, but I had to do that last October. And this is what Bernie Sanders told him.
It shouldn't be this hard to vote.
No, it should not be. Today, 3 million people in the state of New York who are independents have lost their right to vote in the Democratic or Republican primary. That's wrong. You're paying for this election. It's administered by the state. You have a right to vote. And that's a very unfortunate thing, which I hope will change in the future.
So that's the blunt reality here, Jake. You had to have been a registered voter, a registered Democratic voter in March before this. And if you were switching parties, you had to do that last year. That will take away a lot of Sanders supporters. But they knew that. They know the rules here. They were not surprise rules on their behalf. But that is one reason that closed primaries are better for the Clinton campaign, because they always are going to favor the establishment candidate.
And Jeff, explain to us the concerns that the Sanders campaign is raising about Hillary Clinton's campaign fundraising in conjunction with the Democratic National Committee. Is this illegal? Is this unethical? Tell us what the charge is.
Well, Jake, the charge is the Sanders campaign is saying the Clinton campaign is raising money in coordination with the Democratic Party, really to help Democrats down ballot in the Senate races and governor's races and other things. That's one of the reasons you're getting such high ticket fundraising events like last weekend we saw at the Clooney's house, for example. The top event last weekend, $353,000 per couple. The reason you can get that high is you can give to a bunch of different state parties. It's called the Hillary Victory Fund. The Sanders campaign is saying that the Clinton campaign is benefiting from this sort of an in-kind contribution. Well, the reality is that this is available to the Sanders campaign as well. You can do joint fundraising committees. Jake, this is one of the things that happened with these campaign finance laws with the Supreme Court ruling here. So all the finance experts, campaign finance experts we've talked to said it's not illegal. It may be not quite the spirit of the law here in terms of the high dollar amounts here, but I think the Sanders campaign is simply trying to raise this in the final day to show that the Clinton campaign is beholden to big donors here. But there's nothing illegal that we can see in this at this point, but the Sanders